What's a side effect of giving birth that doesn't get talked about? Actually, if you have a minute, I've got another one. The fact that after giving birth, the sheer amount of judgment you get is unreal. Oh, you had a C-section? That's not really giving birth. Oh, you had drugs? I gave birth naturally. Oh, you had a hospital birth? I gave birth in a forest and woodland creatures frolicked at my feet. Haven't you lost that baby weight yet? Not breastfeeding? How could you let down your baby like that? Going to work? You're abandoning your baby. Staying at home? Woo-oh your poor husband. And what a bad example to set your kid. I mentally flipped off a lot of people in my first year as a mum. Losing your teeth. I ended up having a C-section, and my sister-in-law who gave birth vaginally, all natural, no pain meds, second-degree tier, said to me, "Oh, lucky you. Now you want piss yourself every time you jump on a trampoline." So that I guess. Urinary retention and your pelvic organ prolapsing is what comes to mind. Post-delivery exhaustion. The muscles all over the body feel sore due to exertion and you don't get the continuous sleep you need to recover from it. Varying levels of incontinence after giving birth. Being stitched up too tight when there's a tear. Pregnancy diabetes, I guess it's common to have, and absolutely the same kind of shitty as normal diabetes, only that now you can experience the anxiety of it killing not only you, but your baby as well. I was vaguely aware of the contractions you experience while breastfeeding, but holy hell, I didn't realize they would bring me to tears. Also wasn't prepared for the night sweats. The first poop afterwards, I'm still angry that no one advised taking a stool softener. I had a lot of stitches from an episiotomy. It was a couple of days afterwards, and I cried so much. If you know anyone pregnant, for God's sake, tell them to drink some Miralax if they have stitches down below. Shaking after birth. I wanna say convulsing. Hair loss. I lost so much hair I could have made a wig for myself. The sheer loneliness. I had a great support system when I gave birth. A helpful mother who was there to offer advice and assistance, a loving husband who did all he could, even had me pump so we could pull some overnight feeding babies, said no to the bottle, no matter how hard he tried, but I was still so lonely in the beginning. Everyone was there to help with the baby, but I felt so alone in my mind. My struggles were pushed aside and I was told that it was normal and would pass, which is true, but still. My identity changed, my body changed, my priorities changed, and I felt like I was drowning. For the first 3 months postpartum, I felt terrible pain when my milk let down. So during the first weeks of my child's life, every 3 hours, as I was feeding my baby from my painful, bruised, cracked nipples, I would also feel intense pain in my whole breast for a few minutes until my milk got flowing all the way. It was a terrible time. Letdown still hurt after latching got better and my nipples healed, but the early weeks were fucking awful. But it was harrowing to have to steady myself to do that, and feel that pain every 3 hours to feed my child. I know I could have pumped or formula fed, but time and money are often in short supply when you've just had a baby. Where the placenta was attached is now a wound the size of a dinner plate. All the water weight you accumulated is gonna be excreted via the most foul-smelling night sweats. Sometimes, it's not postpartum depression, but postpartum anxiety. Prolapse. Having a 6-week loan period. I only found out 34 through my pregnancy that was a thing. Oh, and the postpartum hair loss. 2 C-sections here. The cocktail of drugs they give you afterwards all give you constipation, but you can't push too hard as you have a massive abdominal injury. I hate prune juice, but I was drinking pints of the stuff to try and shake it loose. I wasn't expecting vivid nightmares, neck back pain due to slouching from breastfeeding, extreme hunger, brain fog, loss of interest in previous hobbies, and definitely more fights with husband. Hemorrhoids. I was scared to poop for months. Postpartum embolisms. They are pretty rare, admittedly, occurring in about 1 in 7,000 births, but still accounting for 11 of pregnancy-related deaths.